We often hear, "The biggest enemy you will ever face is yourself." But what if that enemy has a name? Ryan Holiday argues it's not our whole self, but our ego, the part that whispers lies of superiority and entitlement. Ego isn't confidence, it's poison. It sabotages our growth, relationships, and achievements. Holiday shows how unchecked ego destroys careers and relationships, blocking true mastery. The book isn't just a warning, it's a guide. It teaches us to spot ego's tricks and silence its influence. Conquering ego means choosing humility over arrogance, action over self-promotion, and purpose over vanity. By understanding ego, we can replace arrogance with curiosity and ground ourselves in something bigger than our own pride. This is the path to real achievement, measured not by applause, but by character and contribution. Holiday breaks down ego's attacks into 3 stages: aspiration, success, and failure. In aspiration, ego whispers, "You're special already," making us skip the hard work and ignore advice. In success, ego shouts, "You've made it." We stop listening, become complacent, and stagnate. In failure, ego blames everyone else, refusing responsibility and blocking growth. At each stage, ego distorts reality and protects our fragile self-importance. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to defending against them. Only by seeing ego's tactics can we keep learning, adapting, and improving. The real enemy isn't the world, it's the ego within at every step. Every journey starts with ambition, but ego quickly turns aspiration into a trap. Ego tells us our dreams make us special, that we're above the grind and entitled to success. It pushes us to talk big and avoid the hard, unglamorous work. This arrogance shuts out feedback and mentorship, making us focus on appearances over substance. The diligent, humble learner outpaces the natural genius every time. True growth comes from embracing the grind, seeking criticism, and staying humble. Ego turns aspiration into a performance. Humility turns it into progress. The goal isn't to look impressive, but to become someone who can actually deliver. Success is validating, but it's also when ego is most dangerous. Ego feeds on praise, convincing us we're untouchable and our methods are flawless. We stop learning, ignore feedback, and become insulated from reality. History is full of people and companies who fell from greatness because ego blinded them. The antidote? Stay a student, even at the top. Seek out uncomfortable truths and dissenting opinions. Focus on the work, not the rewards. Success isn't a finish line, it's a platform for continued growth. Don't let ego turn your achievements into your downfall. Failure is inevitable, but ego makes it toxic. Instead of learning, ego blames others and shields us from responsibility. This blame game blocks growth and traps us in repeated mistakes. The only way out is radical ownership. Accept failure as yours without excuses. Owning failure gives you the power to learn, adapt, and try again. True resilience isn't avoiding failure, but rising wiser each time. Don't let ego convince you failure is the end. Let it be the beginning of real growth. Ryan Holiday shows us the difference between fleeting passion and enduring purpose. Passion is hot, emotional, and ego-driven, chasing applause and instant rewards. Purpose is calm, outward-focused, and resilient, guiding us through setbacks and success alike. Howard Hughes, consumed by passion, burned out. But those with purpose, like civil rights leaders and scientists, built lasting legacies. Passion may spark the journey, but purpose sustains it, anchoring us to something greater than ourselves. In a world obsessed with self-promotion, George C. Marshall stood apart. As U.S. Army Chief of Staff in World War II, he led with humility, letting his actions, not words, speak for him. Marshall refused the spotlight, turned down memoirs, and always credited his team. His quiet strength earned the trust of presidents and generals. Marshall's legacy reminds us, let your work speak for itself. Actions endure, not words. Genghis Khan is often remembered as a ruthless conqueror, but his true genius was humility. He was a perpetual student, always learning from allies and enemies alike. Born into hardship, he rose by absorbing knowledge from every source, never letting ego block his growth. Khan's empire thrived because he valued adaptation, collaboration, and learning above pride. Like Khan, we must remain students. Humility is the key to lasting success. Section 4. The canvas of the work itself. The antidote to ego is to focus on the work itself, not on praise or recognition. The work is the canvas. Our job is to apply each brushstroke with care and humility. True pride comes from the quality of what we create, not applause. By dedicating ourselves to the craft, we find peace and fulfillment that lasts beyond any external reward. The work is what matters. The work is what lasts. Arrogance blinds us. When ego takes over, we stop listening, learning, and seeing reality clearly. We dismiss feedback, ignore risks, and isolate ourselves, convinced we're always right. This self-imposed blindness leads to mistakes and missed opportunities. The antidote? Humility. Stay open, keep learning, and never let ego block your growth. Entitlement is a poison of the ego. It whispers that we deserve success and recognition without the hard work, creating toxic relationships with our work and others. When things go well, the ego claims all the credit. When they don't, it blames everyone else. True mastery comes from humility, embracing the fundamentals, doing the unglamorous work, and earning every success. Every opportunity is a gift. Let go of entitlement and find fulfillment in the work itself. In its relentless pursuit of validation, the ego dangerously prioritizes image over substance. It becomes obsessed with how things appear rather than how they actually are. The ego is more concerned with having the title of innovator than with doing the difficult, messy work of actual innovation. It craves the external symbols of success, the awards, the social media followers, the public praise, far more than the quiet internal satisfaction of a job well done. This creates a life that is hollow at its core, a beautiful facade with nothing substantial behind it. The energy that should be channeled into creating real value is instead diverted into maintaining a carefully curated public persona. This focus on image leads to shallow, fleeting achievements. When the goal is to impress others, we naturally gravitate toward projects that are flashy and easily marketable, rather than those that are meaningful and difficult. We choose the path that will get us the most attention in the short term, often at the expense of long-term impact. This is the artist who creates for the market instead of for their soul, or the entrepreneur who builds a company designed to be quickly sold rather than one built to last. The work becomes a performance, and the creator becomes an actor playing a role, their authenticity slowly eroding with each crowd-pleasing gesture. This obsession with image also makes us incredibly fragile. When your self-worth is tied to external validation and your public image, you become a slave to the opinions of others. A single negative comment can feel like a devastating blow. A dip in popularity or a failure to win an award can trigger an existential crisis. Your emotional stability is outsourced to the whims of the crowd, a fickle and unreliable master. Substance, on the other hand, is resilient. A person who is grounded in their skills, their purpose, and the quality of their work has an internal foundation that cannot be shaken by external opinions. They have a source of confidence that is real and self-sustaining. To escape this trap, we must make a conscious choice to focus on being rather than seeming. As Ryan Holiday writes, we must learn the crucial difference between being truly impressive and merely impressing people. This requires a shift in our metrics for success. Instead of measuring our worth by likes, titles, or praise, we must measure it by our effort, our integrity, and the tangible value we create. We must have the courage to do the work that no one sees, to pursue the goals that may never bring us fame, and to build a character of substance that will endure long after the spotlight has moved on. The first step in defeating the ego is to embrace the mindset of a perpetual student. The ego believes it knows enough, but the student knows there's always more to learn. Approach every conversation and situation with curiosity and humility. Stay open, adaptable, and hungry for growth. Like a river, keep moving and learning. This is how your growth never ceases. To keep the ego in check, practice silence and focused action. The ego craves attention and validation, but true confidence is quiet. Talk less, listen more, and let your work speak for itself. When you stop announcing your intentions and focus on doing the work, you build real progress. Find satisfaction in the process, not in praise. Let your actions carry your ambition, and your ego will quiet itself. The ego is self-centered, always asking, "What's in it for me?" But when you serve a purpose larger than yourself, your family, your community, a cause, your personal concerns shrink. This purpose becomes your North Star, guiding you through life's ups and downs. You find joy in collaboration, in contributing alongside others. By making your life about contribution, not accumulation, you defeat the ego and build a legacy that truly matters. The ego is not a monster to be slain, but a persistent weed in the garden of our minds. Tending to the self is a lifelong practice, daily, patient, and humble. We must recognize the ego's whispers, choose humility, and focus on growth, not applause. True confidence comes from nurturing our character, not comparing ourselves to others. As we reach the end of this journey, we are left with a powerful and transformative choice. We can continue to let the ego drive the car, chasing the fleeting highs of recognition and validation, only to find ourselves lost, isolated, and fragile. Or we can make the conscious decision to move the ego to the back seat. We can acknowledge its presence but refuse to give it control of the wheel. The path forward is not about becoming egoless, an impossible task, but about becoming less enthralled by the ego's promises. It is about choosing a different guide for our journey, the quiet, steady, and enduring strength of humility. This is the ultimate lesson of the truly great individuals, the ones who build legacies that last, are rarely the ones who scream, "Look at me." They are not the ones who are obsessed with their own narrative or who believe their own hype. The truly impressive people are those who remain students long after they have become teachers. They are the ones who continue to serve their purpose long after the crowds have gone home and the applause has faded. Their greatness is found not in the fleeting moments of public glory, but in the countless quiet hours of disciplined work, humble learning, and dedicated service. They understand that their work is a contribution, not a performance. Ryan Holiday's final resounding message is a call to redefine our understanding of success. He challenges us to see the profound difference between impressing people and being truly impressive. The former is about image, a shallow and fragile construct that depends on the opinions of others. The latter is about character, a deep and resilient foundation built from the inside out. One is a performance for an audience. The other is a commitment to a standard. One is loud, the other is quiet. One is fleeting, the other endures. The choice of which to pursue will define not only the quality of our work, but the quality of our lives. Therefore, the final instruction is simple, yet it is the work of a lifetime. Kill the ego that demands to be the center of the universe. Starve the part of you that craves endless validation and believes it is owed something. Instead, feed the work. Nurture your curiosity. Cultivate your purpose. Pour your energy into the craft itself, into the service of others, and into becoming the kind of person who does not need a trophy to know their own worth. This is the quiet victory. This is the path to building a life that is not just successful in the eyes of the world, but is genuinely, substantively, and humbly great.